Modern society loves to measure human intellect with quantitative scores. We look at standardized tests to give us official validation of our mental hardware, or we look at institutional prestige, collecting framed degrees and official seals to prove our capability to the world. Yet, if you look closely at the real world, there is a glaring inconsistency. Highly educated, naturally gifted individuals frequently stumble into ruin, while people with a seemingly average baseline of intelligence achieve outsized, consistent success. This happens because static measurements are passive. They map your capacity, but they offer zero guarantee of your actual survival. True intelligence operates on an entirely different axis. Master strategists of the ancient world viewed human capability as a continuous, behavioral practice. The Indian scholar Chanakya developed his strategies to navigate a landscape of constant assassination and imperial collapse. His wisdom was designed for high-stakes political survival. His texts reveal a very specific framework. Intelligence is an active playbook of daily habits. This playbook splits cleanly into two distinct categories: defensive tactics and offensive maneuvers. Understanding the mechanics of this playbook explains how an individual can systematically outmaneuver their environment, regardless of their starting point. You cannot advance if you are constantly tripping over your own feet. Defensive habits serve one primary function: securing your baseline and eliminating self-sabotage before progress can even begin. The first line of defense is operating in total silence. Announcing your goals prematurely tricks your brain into feeling a false sense of accomplishment, and worse, it invites external interference. You must move without alerting the environment around you. Awakening competitors or critics before you have secured your position is a critical error. This logic dictates the input-to-output rule. A strategic mind consciously chooses to listen vastly more than it speaks, hoarding information while giving very little away. By staying quiet, you give yourself the bandwidth to observe people's actual intentions, rather than trusting their superficial appearances. This constant observation protects you from betrayal. Internally, the ultimate defense is strict emotional regulation. You must adopt an ironclad rule to never finalize a decision when gripped by anger, frustration, or sudden haste. Without these defensive shields firmly in place, any momentum you manage to generate will inevitably be lost to careless errors or malicious interference. But a strong defense will only keep you alive. To actually advance, you must actively deploy offensive habits. The foundation of offense is the never idle rule. You have to recognize time as your only truly non-renewable resource. While a foolish person burns their free time on gossip and distraction, a strategic mind converts those exact same idle moments into active planning, analyzing, or acquiring new skills. When those plans hit a roadblock, you execute egoless iteration. This means detaching your personal self-worth from a failure and viewing a mistake strictly as raw, objective data. You immediately recycle that extracted data to formulate a new, superior approach. The final offensive trait is an aggressive, daily curiosity. It takes strict discipline to continuously pull lessons from books, observe the successes of your peers, and study the mechanics of your environment. These offensive behaviors act as a compounding engine of progress, turning small, disciplined daily actions into massive long-term advantages. When you look at the massive gap in results between the wise and the foolish, it all traces back to how they handle micro-decisions in everyday moments of friction. Foolishness is often defined by a pattern of reacting emotionally to minor setbacks, complaining about circumstances, and waiting for luck to intervene. While genetic potential provides the raw materials, the actual expression of intelligence depends on a sequence of deliberate, repeatable actions you can initiate today. Your task right now is to look at this playbook and select exactly one defensive habit and one offensive habit to execute before the day ends. Abandon the anxiety of wondering how inherently smart you are, and instead commit to acting intelligently.